2 years after being admitted to rehab, Eugenia Cooney is still under scrutiny and her fans are feeling hopeless.
Eugenia acting like she doesn't have an ED. Sad and breaks my heart. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't really know like everything about my life.
Her viewers are worried about her health.
Have you, mom, take you to the hospital?
Eugenia isn't afraid to address her haters.
You're literally promoting this with every stream. I'm not trying to promote anything bad here.
However, she's growing tired of their behavior.
The things that you say, it really could be doing like a lot of more harm than good, and you never really know like how they might act upon seeing that stuff.
Eugenia is ready to talk about her feelings, and it's time for us to listen. For the past few months, viewers have shown a lot of concern for Eugenia Cooney. The 27-year-old YouTuber has worried her fans for years due to her appearance, and this concern has only continued to grow. On June 16th, Eugenia uploaded a photo of herself cosplaying as a mermaid. She wore a tail, floral seashell bra, and red wig, similar to Ariel from The Little Mermaid. People were concerned for her health and asked why her family wasn't helping. As someone who went through Anna and B, this is literally body checking. My love, you have young followers on here. Please be mindful that people look up to this as thinspo. You deserve the world. You deserve to eat. Hope you get through this. Her mom should be ashamed of herself. How do you let your child get to this point and keep supporting that destructive behavior? There's just no words to describe this horrid picture, and for a mother to see her daughter looking like this and still allows her to post horrid pictures is just no mother. She's just money hungry and doesn't care. Some were concerned about people who might be struggling after seeing Eugenia's posts. Just not fair to post this. Cheers for triggering every person with Anna so intensely. Go to pro Anna site and off. Eugenia, think of how many lives you have indirectly taken. Does that even cross your mind? I'm all for doing whatever you want, but don't make it public where you can influence young people. And shame on Instagram for allowing this. There were a lot of hateful comments as well. While Eugenia may not intend to harm her audience, there is a possibility that those who look up to her may copy her habits. Clinical psychologist Thomas Italiano, who has specialized in EDs, says it's inevitable for young people to look up to their favorite streamers and content creators. It's especially true during puberty when their bodies start to change. It's very dangerous. The exposure to a role model that seems to convey that it's normal to be severely underweight. They will attach their own values of worth and self-esteem to the idea of looking a certain way, and therefore, should they fail to live up to those expectations, then they will probably think they are not worth much. One person said they chose not to eat for 3 days because they wanted to look like Eugenia. I argued with my family because I want to be skinny like you. I don't know what to do. Yesterday I vomited after not eating for 3 days. I was so sick. I am unhappy with my body. Eugenia gave them advice.
Oh, please don't feel like you have to do that. Please don't feel like you ever need to do that. Please just know you're beautiful exactly as you are. I'm sure your family is just trying to look out for you and make sure that you don't get hurt.
Despite the message, Eugenia doesn't believe she can influence others.
People always try to blame me for people going through things, and I'm just kind of like, guys, I don't really think I can cause that for anyone. It's kind of like, I kind of think it's if I didn't exist, then people could go watch someone else, or people could technically want to look like or be like anyone.
Eugenia has admitted to having health problems in the past, including nose, neck, and gum problems.
I feel like I'm a mess right now, guys. I feel like I have so many problems going on myself right now. It's crazy. I'm so sorry. It's what is wrong with me?
However, Eugenia tends to shy away from the topic of her health, especially since she gets so many questions about it. Some have accused her of dancing around the topic.
I personally don't really see how I'm dancing around a question. I'm just kind of trying to tell you guys that I'm okay, but guys, I just kind of wish that you guys would understand that sometimes it's I just kind of feel sometimes people keep pushing me and people don't accept my answers, or they just keep telling me why I'm wrong, and sometimes it starts making me a little bit uncomfortable at times, and sometimes I may just not really want to answer every single question.
Eugenia said she's not trying to be a role model for people.
I'm not trying to say that I'm a role model. I'm just a person, I'm just a person like anyone else. it's not really my job here, guys, to like parent kids, and I always try to make that clear to people. Like I can't really parent everyone's kids for them.
She also claimed to be taking care of herself and that people shouldn't judge others.
I feel like my weight and everything is like my business, you know? Like, a lot of people sometimes I feel like can act like they know like how someone's body works, or, you know, why someone looks the way they look or whatever, when they really don't know everything about that person or thing that person has been through. But yeah, you know, guys, I'm doing okay, so that's really all I have to like really say about that. And yeah, I am like taking care of myself and everything like that.
Even though Eugenia has said she's okay, many have speculated based on her appearance that she may be dealing with health issues. Some don't believe Eugenia is able to have a healthy head of hair, but Eugenia claimed her hair is natural, saying she doesn't use extensions or a wig.
There's no extensions to show. I don't really think I have any bald spots either.
In a live stream, she mentioned she had gone to the dentist and the dentist had ordered blood work to be done.
What did they do a blood test for? Just to make sure that nothing was connected with like my teeth. But I got the blood test back, guys, and everything tested like fine with that.
When her hair was brought up again, Eugenia showed off her hair to prove there were no balding spots.
I'm not trying to hide anything here, so I can show you the back. The back is real too. I don't even know how much you guys can see, because like I can't fully see it right now. But I'm trying to show you guys the best I can.
On Instagram, a worker at Eugenia's salon confirmed her hair isn't extensions.
People are saying that Eugenia has extensions in her hair, and it's just amazing because we always judge without really knowing what's going on. The girl has no extensions. Her hair is all hers.
People have speculated that Eugenia could lose her life because of her size. However, Eugenia doesn't feel that she's in any danger.
I don't think I'm gonna anytime soon, Anonymous. Like, I'm really fine and everything. So, yeah, you know.
Eugenia has shown a number of signs that have been concerning to her audience. People have pointed out Eugenia stuttering in her streams.
Yeah, it probably is for holographic, because like they make like some holographic some holographic nail polishes.
This has happened multiple times.
Some people are really good at finding private info, and that's true too, James.
People have also noticed Eugenia's arms twitching.
Oh yeah, of course. I would love to see it. Yes, I really appreciate that.
It's been pointed out to her in streams.
I'm a bit worried. Why are your arms twitching so much? Are you okay? Don't worry. Yeah, I'm totally fine. My arms are actually not twitching. I might have just been moving them. Sorry if I was moving them weird.
Her supporters' concerns grew when Eugenia was seen wearing a blue butterfly necklace in a stream. She claimed the necklace was one of her favorites because she loved butterflies. However, the cerulean butterfly is seen as a pro-Ana symbol in the ED community.
Necklace close-up? Sure. So I'll show you guys my necklace too. I actually really love this necklace. So I put on another new necklace today, guys, and it's actually one of my favorite things ever, a butterfly. So, yeah, I love butterflies.
Some people believe Eugenia is trolling and that she knows the meaning behind the butterflies. She's trolling again. She was already called out about the blue butterfly emoji. Like I said, she loves the negative attention. Butterflies are a pro-Ana symbol, so it makes sense why she likes them so much. Eugenia has addressed her eating habits in the past, even addressing why she doesn't eat with her family.
Why don't you have dinner with your family? It's not because I don't like my family, guys. A lot of time I don't. A lot of time I just kind of, you know, like, can just kind of eat in, like, my own time, and, like, we don't always, like, all eat together. I know that might be kind of weird, like, with some people that always, like, eat with their family. But, you know, sometimes I'm just kind of doing my own thing, and just kind of on my own schedule.
For those unfamiliar with Eugenia and her story, in 2019, YouTuber Jacqueline Glenn staged an intervention for Eugenia to get her help. It resulted in Eugenia receiving a 5150 hold, which is for people in a mental health crisis. It allows the hospital to hold a patient for at least 72 hours to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. The friends had a falling out because of the situation. However, 2 years later, Eugenia still feels like Jacqueline didn't help her.
They saved your life. No, they did not. If anything, guys, some people I just think I shouldn't have trusted. Some people I did.
Eugenia believes her friends should have reached out to her first.
I just think, like, talk to someone first before just putting someone in that situation.
She doesn't believe the 5150 helped her.
I would have definitely been alive without the 5150. The 5150 did not help me. If anything, it just kind of put me in like a dangerous environment. I do not believe that those people helped me in any way.
She continued to explain that Jacqueline didn't help her.
What she did not help. She also never talked to me about anything beforehand and went on to like tell people a bunch of lies about tons of things when that day happened. So no. And then she also went on to make tons of videos about me and not even contacting me the entire time I was gone. So no, I do not feel that she helped me in any way.
She said she doesn't think she and Jacqueline were ever truly friends.
I just feel like a lot of people have the wrong idea about how some friendships actually work. Friendships, because we weren't actually friends, like ever actually were. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
Eugenia said she wasn't trying to be mean and she wishes Jacqueline well.
I just want to be clear that like I wish everyone well. I don't like wish any bad upon anyone. But it's just kind of like, guys, it's just kind of like how I feel about it. And I'm not even trying to like keep talking about it, but I just feel like people keep constantly bringing it up to me.
A few days after her live stream talking about Jacqueline, she went live again saying she didn't want to talk about it anymore.
I don't want to talk about it. If people do bring it up, I'm literally just going to try to say, hey, that's in the past. Out of respect for everybody, I think we should just like not talk about that.
She got frustrated when her audience brought it up.
I'm still talking. Kids, you're literally the one that asked me. You're literally the one that asked me. You said from here on out, you're not going to talk about it. And I answered your question. And now you're like, Jesus Christ, you're still talking about it.
On August 15th, Eugenia uploaded a video called Opening Up About My Feelings. In the video, Eugenia said she was grateful for all the support and viewers she gets, but that being on social media can be hard for her at times. She said it can be a place filled with negativity. She said it especially affects her when people are negative about her friends and family. Eugenia brought up a specific situation where she said she had been taking driving lessons, and her instructor had commented on her Instagram post. She said people found out who the instructor was and harassed her.
Some people that actually went like far enough to like track her down and literally start trying to like interfere with her job and like leaving her bad reviews and things like that and kind of like harassing her, which I just really don't like to see that happening, guys. I just really hate to see anybody have to deal with like hatred or have to deal with things that like, potentially like affect their life just from, being nice to me or associating with me in like any way.
Eugenia said it concerns her because she knows hate can really affect people. Eugenia also addressed people making hate videos and lying about her. She believes that people want to think the worst of her.
People kind of just be really quick to like twist around my words or be like, she knows what she's doing, when I'm really just trying to explain how I feel sometimes. I just kind of feel like sometimes like no matter what you say or do, it's like wrong to people, and it's just so hard to make other people or like some other people like happy sometimes, I guess.
She said lies lead to rumors, like the scandal she's faced in the past.
Make like scandals about me like moving a box and like thinking there's people paying me to do it or crazy stuff like that, which obviously none of that stuff is even true.
Eugenia said she believes people always think she's trying to do something wrong, but she wants to post content and thinks she should be able to.
In my opinion, I just really feel like people, like regardless of what they look like and regardless of their size and like, regardless of any of that, I just kind of feel like everybody has the right to make videos and to post a photo on themselves or just like whatever.
She said she tries her best to be a good person and lives by the rules of treating people how she wants to be treated. She said she doesn't think people genuinely want to see the good in each other and people need to be more kind and accepting.
Like, I really never want to try to judge anyone or just like to put others down, especially if I don't know someone. I just kind of feel like it isn't right for me to do that. But it's like sometimes instead of just being like so fast to judge another person or put someone else down or just like whatever, sometimes we should just like try to be more understanding towards each other and more understanding towards like someone's feelings.
Eugenia also apologized for bringing up the past in previous videos. She said it's better to focus on the present.
Focusing on that stuff is really not gonna really serve like any kind of real purpose. It's not really gonna do any good, I think, for anyone involved, other than maybe like, you know, bring back like some negative feelings and things like that.
She also addressed haters and how people believe she calls everyone a hater. She said the only haters are the people who send her threats.
Definitely do not try to just call everyone haters. But some of the messages that I will see, like on a pretty daily basis, like I will see DMs and things like that, just like, you know, like actually like telling me sometimes like literally in detail, like how badly they want me to like kill myself.
Eugenia also addressed comments about her saying, "Sorry you feel that way."
I just really want to be clear about that, guys. Times where I have ever said that, or the time that I did say that, that people always seem to like talk about. So I have never tried to say that line like in a like sarcastic or dismissive or offensive way, and I would never do that.
She said she feels she has to explain herself every time new rumors pop up, and that she feels like everything in her life is analyzed. Eugenia finished her video by saying she's doing okay, but she's stressed out from the negativity. She said she's trying her best to not take it too seriously. She reminded people that words can hurt.
Try to keep in mind that like sometimes I really do feel like, you know, the things that you say to others, this is just like sometimes if you're sending hate to like another person, or if you're, you know, being really mean to someone else, or just like whatever, it really could be doing like a lot of more harm than good, and really just could make somebody feel really, really bad.
After Eugenia posted her video, people continued to speculate about her content. People believed Eugenia was selling private photos of herself. Eugenia quickly shut the rumors down.
I've never really sold like, you know, like private photos or anything like that.
They also speculated about Eugenia's eating habits. One person called her out for pretending she didn't have an ED.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You know, you don't really know like everything about my life, and like, you know, I am eating and everything like that, but I just don't like, it doesn't mean that I'm not eating just because I'm not eating on stream, okay?
Eugenia also has been known to snub the idea of getting help. She dismissed the message, saying she knew the kind of message it was and changed the topic. When accused of promoting ED, Eugenia said she felt mental health was very complex and said she wasn't trying to gaslight anyone or promote anything. Supporters have wished Eugenia well in the past. "I hope you get well soon." However, Eugenia just excused the comment.
I'm doing good. So I mean, I'm not really sure what you mean by "hope you get well soon," but I'm doing good and everything. I hope you're doing good.
She has also shared a number of posts about helping others. Don't let the ugly in others kill the beauty in you. If you're in a position to help someone, help them. God just might be answering that person's prayer through you. Even though she's been reluctant to talk about it in the past, Eugenia has discussed her ED at times. After a fan left a comment saying Eugenia must be grateful for her ED because it slimmed out her face, Eugenia said this.
That's kind of a weird question. I mean, I guess thanks for saying my face is beautiful, but I don't really know what kind of question that is. Now, you know, you don't really even know like things like, you know, I've never really said like, oh, I specifically had this or I specifically had that, okay?
She said she never admitted to having an ED, but in Shane Dawson's documentary, she admitted to having one, she just didn't have a label for it.
So, yes, I was like dealing with an disorder. As for like, I guess like labels with things like that, I guess like something that I've also kind of learned going through it and seeing like other people that were like also there, that even though like a lot of people can be like dealing with disorders, that like each person's story and each person's like experience with it can be like really different and really like individual.
In another live stream, she spoke about her experience in Shane's video. She said she was thankful for Shane but didn't say whether or not the experience was helpful. She said she wasn't an ED expert and her weight was her business.
There was like a period where like my weight, which I kind of feel like is my business, but it was like lower than it's usually been in my life. Like it was like lower than it was right now. That's like, you know, I'm not going to say exactly what my weight is or anything like that because I kind of feel like that is like my business.
In another stream, someone asked Eugenia about seeing a cardiologist.
Well, hello, Huge. I don't really think there's like a reason for me to go to one like right now. You know, like if I was experiencing any kind of like heart issues or if my doctor noticed anything with my heart, then maybe I would. But I think my heart is like doing like okay right now, so there's not really a reason for me to.
Eugenia has also recently started learning how to drive. She said her first lesson was interesting.
It went okay. Did it go amazing? I wouldn't really say so. She's really nice and everything, but honestly, I'm kind of new to driving like on the road, like driving in actual traffic.
Eugenia said her instructor was a bit frustrated with her for struggling with certain driving techniques. Her quest to drive continued when she uploaded a video called "My Mom Teaches Me How to Drive." In the video, Eugenia struggles with missing things and she's unable to see some things. Her mother does not appear to be wearing a seatbelt, and Eugenia seems more concerned about checking herself in the camera than driving. The video received a lot of dislikes. Commenters called out Eugenia for her unsafe habits. That dinging wasn't for the video raising up, it was because the mom wasn't wearing her seatbelt. Part of driving is knowing your vehicle and paying attention to warning signs. Once you heard the dinging multiple times, you should have scanned the dashboard to see if any warning lights alerts on. She might need glasses based on all of the stuff she couldn't see. The camera is literally your girl. It's a very bad distraction, especially when you need to learn. Oh, sweet Jesus. The amount of basic road knowledge that Eugenia doesn't have is terrifying that she's allowed to be behind the wheel of a vehicle not knowing. One commenter was worried about Eugenia getting dizzy behind the wheel. Someone who has a ED should not be behind the wheel. I know people are trying to be positive, but Jesus, all it takes is for her to pass out or get dizzy. In a later live stream, Eugenia commented on people talking about their concern for her driving.
Yeah, people can't make up their minds, definitely, Mitchie, yeah. Like, people are like, 1 minute, it's like, that's weird, she can't drive. Next minute, she's being so selfish, she shouldn't be on the road.
For context, Eugenia has mentioned in the past that she's not the best driver. She said she was ready to take her test, but then mentioned she hits the curb a lot when driving. Eugenia's commenters always have something to say about her or something she's doing. One commenter even threatened to sue Eugenia over her appearance.
They said they're gonna have like a lawsuit about me essentially because of like my body. Like, okay, they're like, then you will have to have it proved to a judge you are naturally thin, otherwise, like, it just seems like, you know, they are, like, I don't think that that's gonna be something that they're gonna be able to, like, sue me over.
Eugenia has also brought up the scandal surrounding her alleged secret deals in recent live streams. Like in our last video, people have been speculating that Eugenia accepts money from people who see her as a fetish. Eugenia has always denied that she accepts money from people to do things on camera.
Lift the love sack for bits! Oh my gosh. Yeah, guys, it's like, it's so funny that people are like, yeah, Eugenia clearly lifted that for bits. Look, she got like 100 bits after this, and it's like, what people don't get is like some of my biggest donations have literally been times where like I was not lifting like anything, like at all.
She has received large amounts of donations before, including one for 50,000 bits, which is $500.
Oh my gosh, Brian! Brian, how are you? Thank you for the 15,000 bits!
In September 2021, Eugenia took some time to talk about her health in live streams. In one stream, she was asked if she sees a doctor.
I go to a doctor if there's like a reason for me to go to a doctor. You know, like I don't really, like if there's not a reason for me to go, then I don't really have to.
She'd also spoken about her vaccination status when an anonymous donor asked if she was too sick.
Listen, you guys, like, it's kind of like with some of you guys being like you're being irresponsible and stuff like this. Like, I'm saying, like, please be honest. I just feel like some of you guys are trying to bait me. No, guys, I kind of feel like, honestly, more so than anything, that's kind of like my business. No, I'm not too sick. I haven't been told I'm too sick or anything like that.
Eugenia continued to say it's not a huge deal for her as she doesn't go out often. She said she believes she's gotten better after rehab after a supporter donated bits, asking her.
I've been doing better for a pretty long time now. And, you know, I'm doing good now and everything like that.
She also said she doesn't believe she needs rehab.
I'm not going back to rehab because I feel that I don't have to. I feel like I'm doing fine. If that was something I wanted to do, then I would choose to do that. People can't really force me to do that. You know, that's kind of up to me, like what I want to do.
While Eugenia has dealt with a lot of hate in her life, she tries to not let the haters get to her. On September 17th, she tweeted out, "Take the stones people throw at you and use them to build a monument." Her tweet included the blue butterfly emoji. Earlier, we talked about how the blue butterfly is seen as a symbol for pro-Anna. One commenter called out Eugenia for using the emoji. Again with the pro-Anna butterfly. Please stop with the pro-Anna stuff. Another believed Eugenia's content should be age restricted. People aren't throwing stones. You don't want to help yourself, but you need to be responsible and age restrict your content. Some commenters profess their love for Eugenia. You looking really sexy. I am madly in love with you. On September 19th, Eugenia tweeted about haters again. Blowing out someone's candle doesn't make yours burn any brighter. Commenters didn't seem to agree with Eugenia's tweet. Eugenia, I love you and all, but nobody's blowing out your candle. We just want to see you thrive and get better. I see being a perpetual victim is an addiction for you. No one is doing that. You're blowing out your own candle. So, what has happened to Eugenia during her time on YouTube? It's been 2 years since Eugenia was placed under the 5150. At that time, Eugenia disappeared from the internet while she received help. She resurfaced again in July 2019 in Shane Dawson's documentary, The Return of Eugenia Cooney. A month after resurfacing, she spoke about being proud of her eating habits in a live stream.
So just remember that even though it might be hard and sometimes you might feel like it's like bad to do that, that it actually is good that you're doing that, and you should be like really proud of yourself for like fighting those thoughts and doing that even though it might be like scary.
In October 2019, Eugenia was a guest on Heart Support, which is a nonprofit organization that helps people who are struggling with their mental health. In her interview, she spoke coherently about how it's okay to get help because not everyone recognizes they need it.
That's like the thing is, I guess there's never really like, you have to be like so bad, like to this certain point to like actually need help. And that sometimes if you're like really feeling like, just like you said, that like you are having a really hard time doing things on your own, then I think it's definitely like really important for people to know that like it is okay to reach out and it is okay to get that help sometimes.
People began to suspect something wasn't right in Eugenia's home. When the documentary with Shane came out, viewers were surprised to see Eugenia's mother wasn't in it, and that Eugenia didn't seem to know her mother's whereabouts. It led some to suspect her mother was avoiding the issue. In one scene of the documentary, Eugenia pointed out a large lock on one of the doors in her house. She explained the house used to be owned by the mafia. As of late October 2021, there are over 53,000 signatures on a petition to have Eugenia removed from social media. A lot of Eugenia's life is a mystery. We'll only ever know what she chooses to share with us. Eugenia chooses to keep a lot of her life private and dislikes addressing her health. However, it is possible that Eugenia doesn't recognize that she needs help. Anosognosia is a symptom of ANA and restrictive EDs. It leads the patient to believe they're not sick. A clinical study done by Walter van der Reken, MD, showed the denial of illness is present in up to as many as 80% of patients with ANA. The lack of awareness is caused by damage to the brain, likely done by malnutrition. So, what can viewers do to help Eugenia? It's important to be conscious of what we're saying. Telling someone to just stop or just eat isn't helpful. It could leave them feeling frustrated, defensive, and misunderstood. When a viewer asked Eugenia how they could help her, she said,
So really like what I think is like the most helpful thing is just kind of like, you know, just to be kind, just to like remember, you know, just that people are people. Like I'm really just a person. I'm not like this like monster, I feel like, that some people want to like try to turn me into.
She also said she doesn't like when people assume things about her and when people try to claim she lies a lot. She wants people to be kind to her. So, what do experts have to say about situations like Eugenia's? Thomas Italiano said even the best intended messages can have an adverse effect on someone struggling with an ED. The messages of support can enforce the idea that nothing is wrong, and messages of criticism can act as a validation of someone's poor thoughts about themselves. It's very hard to connect with a sense of care in those messages, because ultimately, if you are in a place where your self-esteem is low, you doubt yourself, and someone is telling you to change or that you look unwell, that might come across as more of an attack. Thomas doesn't say exactly what to do in these situations, but his message is to be mindful of what you say. So, what can you do if someone you know is struggling with an ED? NEDA is the largest nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting individuals and families affected by EDs. They can help connect people with local resources and help family members learn how to support their loved ones. NEDA has an online chat, a helpline, and a text line. If you or someone you know is in crisis and needs help immediately, you can text NEDA at 741-741 to be connected with a trained volunteer at their crisis text line. Eugenia has a lot of people looking out for her, hoping that she'll get the help she needs. It's clear that she wants the hate and negativity to stop. Hopefully, Eugenia will begin to see some positive changes in her life. What do you think about this situation? Let me know in the comments below.